Hello everybody, my name is Aceface. We're doing some T6 Abyss and it is for a particular reason. Right now I'm feeling quite ill. Well, I mean, not that bad actually, it's just like a basic cold. But when I'm feeling not so great or not as energetic as I usually am, in EVE Online I mean I still like to play EVE Online then, unless I'm dying, which I'm not. But I feel like it's just... what I want to do then is just do what I do best, and that is the T6 Abyss, or any form of Abyss activity really. But my favourite activity is probably just when I'm by myself, have nothing else to do, is just do the T6 Abyss. This really, it gives the good ISK, the good training for like being good at flying, I feel, and it just is a very productive activity, and I feel like I can get, there's a lot of potential for me to get better at it because of how it's a very time intensive activity. Like, I mean, when I mean time intensive, not for me, I mean that we have to really be good at this to get the good time. And I'm just surprised already 1 minute's gone. It went very quick. Okay, but I'm seeing my tank is going down a little bit, so I'm just going to consume these boosters. These cost nothing, these boosters, so that's why I'm very like freely using those boosters. Only 1 million. I mean, that we get like maybe 100 million or something like these per run of these, so that really does not mean anything, and these last for a good hour as well. You know, they had these air boosters as well. They're air boosters that you can get from these events that we've been having, and they were actually quite interesting because some of them gave like 10% bonus to shield boosting. And I thought, oh, that could actually be something I could potentially use, because not today, but yesterday, I think it was, or some other day, I can't remember which day it was. I had some redeem queue for some air booster. And the air booster, just say, what? I'm just getting for free 10% bonus shield HP per second. That was just really great to see. So I think it was like a bit of a high tier one as well, so probably a bit more costly than those you got here, but it was free for me because I just got it from my login queue, so it was just nice to see right there. I'm using, if you're curious, I'm using the Augmented Valkyries and these guys here because they have low resists. It's usually best to just go in with the brute force style here with just the highest raw DPS. Oh. Let's just look at my shields right there, going down a little bit. When they have low resist, it really doesn't matter what damage type you do, it's just to go with the augmented, have a bit of a mixed damage type. But when it comes to Charybdis over here, we're going to be using the Muta T2s, the mutated drones, and they've actually been working pretty decently on taking out Charybdis, because I've had a bit of an issue that the Tech 2 Valkyries in the Gamma sites, they don't do a whole lot of damage. And it's really nice to see something gain a little bit more DPS to be able to take out the Charybdis room in a bit of a quicker fashion, because it's usually a pretty time intensive room, this one right here. I'm gonna have to move a little bit to the side, lock up Charybdis as well, and I think actually I will switch to my Muta T2s, my mutated T2 drones, and I'm actually going to send them on Charybdis and I'll just keep the missiles on these Ephialtes guys right here. I see 2 Webifiers, and I actually probably should have gone for these first because they will increase the application of Charybdis by quite a big degree, but my tank seems to be pretty much under control. And usually when you're just in a cruiser, like if you're just going a little bit to the side like this, like I'm going perpendicular to where Charybdis is over here, then usually you'll just have a good time tanking if you have somewhat of some decent HP. I mean, you can still see Charybdis is hitting, but it's not going to be like crazy shots all the time. It's going to be, you know, sometimes misses, sometimes it hits. So alright, usually if you're keeping a transversal at a decent speed like this. So that's why, oh, I shouldn't even be shooting the spearfisher. I'm just talking to you guys about how I should be shooting the entanglers, and I'm shooting the spearfisher right here. Okay, well, he's getting out of range anyway. And what we could actually do is now we'll keep the drones on him, because you see this spearfisher, he's getting out of range, and you're, where is he going then? You know where he's going? He's going to my drones. He's going to attack them, because where else is he going? He's pulling like a really big range to this because he's wanting to attack my drones. You can see we're taking a bit of damage now. So they're also yellow boxing. It means that they're attacking my drones. You can even check here. We just look at them. Oh, cluster shutdown as well. So we're gonna have to be a bit quick here. It's so typical with me. I decided to go in Abyss sites near downtime. So why is the time going on? 5 minutes almost. Oh, we're not actually that great on time, to be honest. I mean, I prefer to finish each room in a little bit over 5 minutes. So not when I come to 6 minutes, I just be, oh, okay, we need to speed up here, because 6 times 3, 18 minutes. Total time we've got is 20 minutes. I'd love to see maybe between 5 to 6 minutes per room. That feels to me quite good. And that's something that these mutated drones should be helping with, but I mean, taking still quite a bit of time because Charybdis has a really massive shield. Massive shield. It's getting augmented by this gamma ray afterglow right here. It's also minus 70% resist as well, so it could potentially be a bit like a bit more how do you say, damage required to destroy this guy. This is a bit of a quote-unquote easier Charybdis room because of how we would have the 70%, but Charybdis is dying now because you can see that no shield, everything else is just, we got really high DPS. We're just gonna go and go straight through 860 DPS. I really like that because we had like 880. It's not much less than the Augmenteds. The Augmenteds are, you know, usually known for being a really high DPS, but we're using T2s. T2 pure explosive damage type right here with these mutated ones, and we do almost as much damage as Augmented, so it's pretty nice to see. The application is not pretty good though, so I try to avoid using them when it comes to like anything that involves a lot of small targets. I try to keep them preserved mainly for Charybdis room. To be honest, it's the main room. Oh, that time is not looking good. Recall. Come on. We need to speed up a little bit right here. Speed up drones. Oh, that time is not good right there. Ephialtes in a Charybdis room is also not particularly good because they take, generally speaking, more time to do. Then when you have them plus Charybdis is not a good time. Jump in here. Oh, that is not a good time right there. 6.5 minutes. Need to keep moving. It's always a little bit of stress in the T6 Gamma Abyss with the time, but I mean, you just need to really practice a lot, target prioritize a lot, and you usually are going to end up in a good place sooner or later. And obviously, very important with the good skills, every little extra DPS matters. I've got level 5 specialization in the light missiles and the drones. You really the specialization that I need for the mutated drones is actually quite interesting because it needs a separate skill book. And the thing I like about it in some way, I don't like it that I have to train more skills for these mutated drones. That's something that annoys me a bit because I've already trained like skills for the other drones. Like, well, why do I have to now spend extra skills for these ones? But the good thing about them though is that if you train this mutated skill book, I can even show you right here. Just lock up a few of these guys first. Just lock them up because we need to keep attacking. Requirements, and then we have where is this now? Mutated drone specialization. So these, I think, as far as I understand, they're the ones that affect the DPS of the mutated drones, not the Minmatar specialization or Galente specialization right here. You just need level 1, I think, but I don't think they scale with them. I think. So it makes it so that if you train the mutated drones to level 5, it'll affect all types of mutated drones, not just the particular racial type. Because I mean, we've got mutated Valkyries right here, but I mean, we may as well could have had mutated Hammerheads or mutated Vespers, the Caldari drones. Then I think we would still get full benefit from that drone type. Actually, I'm just curious if we check something right here, because I was not aware that if they required actually the other specialization skill books. If we go in medium mutated drone requirements, Amar drone specialization 1, and I don't know if they mean particularly for this drone or just mutated drones in general, because maybe they can't specify which type of mutated drone this is. I'm a bit confused. Why does it say Caldari, Minmatar, and Galente? I'm not too aware because I've had those specialization skills trained for a very long time. So if you guys know what they mean by that, let me know. But as far as I understand, they scale only with this book right here. So this is the most important one, but I could be wrong actually. I was under the impression that it just scaled with these, but then when I just took up the skills, I was like, what? Why are all these here? Yeah. But I think it might be that they're just showing in general, if you want to have a mutated drone, you're going to probably need that, because I mean, in this case we're using Minmatar, but it could have been like to have this drone could have been a Galente one, so they're sort of saying that okay, if it was a Galente one, you would need the Galente drone specialization. It's a bit weird, the mutated drones. They're hard to simulate and do kind of how do you say, put them into interfaces. Because I get this item not found here whenever I try opening this ship up in the simulators. It's very strange. Okay, but this room at least is going good when it comes to time. Our drones are a little bit flying all over the place because I was busy talking and not really focusing them properly. Ooh, 40 million? Okay, that's good, that's good. It's like nice to see those like 40 million ticks right there. You know, you get this nice electrical filament there is worth a lot. I think electrical is still pretty good, even though it's a bit expensive, because prices have been coming down a bit. I was thinking of this like series with the whole like or not Alpha Clone, but like T0 to T6 Abyss. The Zealot could be good for electric, because I mean, even though they're expensive, you still get good loot from them. I run them hopefully pretty smoothly because you'll get the very good capacitor bonus right there. So I think it could be a good thing, even if they are a bit expensive. Just for me, when I'm a bit ill, I just prefer to just do a little bit of T6 Abyss and focusing on these a little bit. I feel like those kind of activities, like going with the, how do you say, the T0 to T6 Abyss series and focusing on that character is a little bit too much energy. I don't have so much energy right now. I just want to focus on energy or like stuff I'm used to. I think that feels a lot better. That's what I usually do when I'm not feeling the best. I'm curious, what do you guys do if you do even play EVE Online when you're ill? If you're ill, is there anything particular you do? Because I used to play EVE Online a lot at a particular holiday, a weekend. In 2018, I was ill pretty badly, a lot worse than I am right now. And I had a T4 exotic passive Gila. And I had just discovered that fit. Like, I had never run really T4s before. And I was ill, home. What am I going to do? I'm going to play EVE Online. And I farmed the crap out of these T4 exotics. I got so much ISK from that. I remember just seeing my wallet go up to billions. Like, what? It was just so great. I just remember that being something I did a very long time ago, and it was when I was ill, and I thought that was a pretty nice experience. It was nice just seeing the progression in your wallet or your abyssal skills. I learned a lot of stuff in the abyss there as well. So that's sort of a bit of a tradition I'm holding right here, just doing my T6 running, which is now my optimal abyssal filament, T6 Gamma. Before it used to be T4 exotic a very, very long time ago, and then it became T5 electric. Now it's T6 exotic. Then it became T6 exotic. Then after that, it became
a module has run out of charges.
T6 Gamma. There's a lot of neuters right here. We need to be careful. Need to be careful. I'm stopping the booster right here because and we turn off the afterburner as well. Poof, these neuters right here. You know, I've done actually off camera like a few zealot testing, and I actually died once. And it was because I ran out of capacitor in the electrical side. I had 30 gigajoules to spare. It was because I was stupid and I didn't take into consideration that there was a bunch of neuters on grid, like a bunch of sleeper crews. I was thinking, oh, it doesn't matter at all. But I actually died to neuters on the test server, and it was really embarrassing. It was just like, what the heck? It would have been funny if I had filmed that, because I can imagine a lot of people would be like, oh yeah, come on, you should have seen that. But I was getting very careless, because I thought that, oh, okay, I have 30 gigajoules a second, that should be no problem. But here I have like I think it's 10 gigajoules to spare. I have 14 gigajoules to spare. The thing is, I have 2 cat batteries, so that is one thing that makes it a lot better here. But it is not easy. It's not easy with the newts if you've got like a full spam of them on you. You can see our capacitor is going down a lot now. We can turn off the booster again. Server shutdown initiated. We can even go to this extraction node over here, I think, just to get some extra nice ISK, because we're anyway gonna have to log out due to downtime. So we've got how long? 5 minutes left. It's 5 minutes to downtime, so we'll just grab this node over here. I don't have an MTU. I should be carrying an MTU. There are 2 reasons I don't carry an MTU. Many people complain to me about me not carrying an MTU. There's 2 reasons why. The one is just that it takes. One is that I'm just not good at being able to strategize placing the MTUs and just having to think of, oh, do I place it there? Do I place it there? Do I place it there? It just makes it very, it's very cumbersome. And it's quite a few times happened that I place it in a bad location and it causes me to just run the room even slower because I've already placed it down. I'm just thinking, okay, the wrecks are being pulled in right here. I have to wait until it's done. So that's the reason. And then another reason is because of that, like that is being pulled in, it can waste time, and time is really important in the Gamma Abyss. Although I guess the 3rd reason or 2nd reason, but those 2 are sort of associated with each other, is just that the cargo space is a little bit of a problem, because it has happened when I've been carrying an MTU many times. I've been carrying MTU, and it has been a problem with the cargo space. I've not had enough cargo space to carry all the loot, and that is actually quite a serious problem, because I mean, if you don't have enough cargo space, you can't carry all the loot. And you could obviously drop ammunition, that's an alternative, but I don't think that's pretty optimal, because you always want to have a good amount of ammunition time. You don't want to just be dropping ammunition right, left and center. I prefer to keep all my ammunition, or somewhat decent supply of ammunition, because it came to the point where I was just dropping ammunition, and then it also came to the point where I had like dropped not enough ammunition. Then I had to wait, like, I don't know, it's like a minute or two until you can create a new container. It just became like a whole logistics nightmare. And then on top of that, you know, in the T6 Gammas, you got a bunch of time. I really don't have the time to spare to mess with these kind of things. So it just needs to be as smooth as possible to get these done as smooth as possible, because even when I'm not using an MTU like this, doing as focused and quickly and in a timely fashion as possible these T6 Gammas, it can still come close. It can still come close. So that's why really I feel like I mostly go for the bi-adaptive caches, and then I go for occasional extraction nodes that come close. Okay, grab this. How much time is left? 2 minutes 30 seconds. So this will actually end after downtime. Okay, you've got 3 minutes left. Oh, we don't have our Afterburner on. Silly me, silly me. Yeah, I would have saved us quite a bit of time having that thing on. I used to actually run an Abyss Gila with an MWD. It was really nice in this chaotic electrics, because I had the ability to sacrifice that capacitor penalty and capacitor drainage, because the electrical side was just so good when it came to capacitor. So I was just cruising around really fast with my MWD, and it actually in some ways worked very favorably for me, because I was able to like keep range on a lot of enemies. Vedmax, actually, I was never able to take damage from Vedmax if I destroyed like a scrambling Damavik or Weberflying Damavik, because I was faster than the Vedmax. So it was actually good in that regard. I was able to just completely avoid the DPS. It was, however, not the most optimal for the Marshal Room, because my signature radius then is very big. They're going to apply very good. But again, it also in some ways helped there, because I could pull range a bit easier. I could pull range the 70 kilometers needed to keep out of their missile range, and I was actually doing pretty well right there. And the main thing is that I liked about it is that I was able to loot these extraction nodes really nicely. Really nicely, and it enabled me to create custom routes, so that it's not like an MTU just pulling everything to the center, I go for like in a route that is quite optimal. I can sort of figure it out just to go for them in a sort of chain instead, which I would normally not be able to do, because it would still take too long and an afterburner, but it would be really nice to do. Those are good days, but you can't really do that kind of stuff when you're going in the exotics, because of capacitor problems and also because of fitting problems for tank, etc. So there's multiple reasons for that. Okay, go to the origin conduit, but I think that's enough for now. We went through this T6 Gamma, went pretty smoothly. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later.